Hello friends, welcome back to channel. In today's video, we will gonna talk about top 10 anime where MC sacrificed himself for others. Before we start our video, if you want to support my work, just subscribe our this channel and press the notification bell icon. So guys, without wasting any more time, let's get start this video. Starting with number 1 anime, Jujutsu Kaisen 2020 with the score of 8.38 and the studio is MAPPA. Idly indulging in baseless paranormal activities with the occult club. Our MC, high schooler Yuji Itadori, spent his days at either the club room or the hospital, where he visits his bedridden grandfather. However, this leisurely lifestyle soon takes a turn for the strange when he unknowingly encounters a cursed item, triggering a chain of supernatural occurrences, and then Yuji finds himself suddenly thrust into the world of curses, a world where dreadful beings formed from human malice and negativity when after the swelling the said item, and then revealed to be a finger belonging to the demon Sakuna Roman, the king of curses. And after that, Yuji experiences firsthand the threat these curses pose to society, and he discovers his own newfound powers. And now he transfers to Tokyo Metropolitan Jujutsu Technical High School, and he begins to walk down a path from which he cannot return, the path of a Jujutsu sorcerer. On number 2, we have The Rising of the Sealed Hero with the score of 8.01 and the studio is Kinema Citrus. The 4 cardinal heroes are a group of ordinary men from modern-day Japan, summoned to the kingdom of Melromark to become its saviors. However, Melromark is a country plagued by waves of catastrophe that have repeatedly ravaged the land and brought disaster to its citizens for centuries. The 4 heroes are respectively bestowed a sword, spear, bow, and a shield to vanish these waves. Naofumi Iwatani, an otaku and our of course MC, becomes cursed with the fate of being the sealed hero, armed with only a measly shield, and now Naofumi is battleated and ridiculed by his fellow heroes and the kingdom people due to his weak offensive capabilities and lackluster personality. When the heroes are provided with resources and comrades to train with, Naofumi set out with the only person willing to train alongside him, Melty Melromark. Then he is soon betrayed by her also, and become falsely accused of taking advantage of her. On number 3, we have Tower of God with the score of 7.74 and the studio is Telecom Animation Film. There is a tower that summons chosen people called regulars with the promise of granting their deepest desire, whether it be wealth, fame, authority, or something that surpasses them all. Everything awaits those who reach the top. 25th Bam is a boy who had only known a dark cave, a dirty cloth, and an unreachable light his entire life. So when a girl named Rachel came to him through the light, his entire world changed. Becoming close friend with Rachel, he learned various things about the outside world from her, but when Rachel says she must leave him to climb the tower, his world shatters around him. Wanting to follow after her no matter what it takes, he set his sight on the tower and a miracle occurred. Thus begins the journey of Bam, a young boy who was not chosen by the tower but opened its gate by himself. They call his kind irregulars, being that have shaken the very foundation of the tower each time they set foot inside it. On number 4, we have Akame ga Kill with the score of 7.57 and the studio is White Fox. Night Raid is the covert assassination branch of the Revolutionary Army, an uprising assembled to overthrow Prime Minister Honest, whose avarice and greed for power has led him to take advantage of the child emperor inexperience. Without a strong and benevolent leader, the rest of the nation is left to drown in poverty, strife and ruin. Though the Night Raid members are all experienced killers, they understand that taking life is far from commendable and that they will likely face retribution as they mercilessly eliminate anyone who stands in the revolution way. This mercy band of assassination newest member is Tastumi, our MC, a naive boy from a remote village who had embarked on a journey to help his impoverished hometown and was won over by not only Raid's idols but also their resolve. Akamega Kill follows Tatsumi as he fights the Emperor and comes face to face with powerful weapons, enemy assassins, challenges to own morals and values, and ultimately what it truly means to be an assassin with a cause. Number 5, we have Darling in the Franxx with a score of 7.35 and the studio is A1 Pictures Trigger Cloverworks. In the distant future, humanity has been driven to the near extinction by a giant beast known as Klaxosaurs, forcing the surviving human to take refuge in massive fortress cities called plantation. There, children raised here are trained to pilot giant mechas known as Franxx, the only weapon known to be effective against these creatures, Klaxosaurs. In this, a boy and girl pair needed. Bred for the sole purpose of piloting these machines, these children know nothing of the outside world and are only able to prove their existence by defending their race. Hiro, an aspiring Franxx pilot, has lost his all motivation and self-confidence after failing an aptitude test. Escaping out on his class graduation ceremony, there Hiro retreats to a forest lake where he encounters a mysterious girl with 2 horns on her head. She introduces herself by her code name 02, which is known to belong to an infamous Franxx pilot known as Partner Killer. Before Hiro can digest the encounter, the plantation is rocked by a sudden Klaxosaur attack. Then 02 engages with the creature in her Franxx, but it is heavily damaged in the skirmish and crashes near Hiro. Finding her partner is dead, then 02 invites Hiro to pilot with Mecha, and the duo easily defeats the Klaxosaur in the ensuing fight. With a new partner by his side, Hiro has been given a chance at redemption for his past failures, but at what cost? Moving on, number 6, Kakumeiki Valbrave with the score of 7.19 and the studio is Sunrise. In the 71 year of the True Era, humans have successfully expanded into the space and have started living in independent galactic colonies. The world itself is split between 2 major nations, the Atlantic Rim United States, Arush, and the Dorsia Military Pact Federation, Dorsia. Superpowers that wage war against each other on Earth and far into outer space. In this war-torn era, a third faction comprised of Japan and island of Ocean Republic, JIOR, reside peacefully and prosper economically, maintaining neutrality between themselves and their militant neighbors. Kakumeiki Valbrave commences in an outer space JIOR colony where a 17-year-old Haruto Tokishima, our MC, peaceful life is turned upside down as a sudden Dorsial fleet breaches the neutral state colony. Their objective is to seize the Valbrave, powerful but rumored mechanical weapons hidden deep within Haruto's school, Sakimori Academy. In the ensuing course, Haruto stumbles upon one of the targeted Valbraves. With his friends' lives in peril, Haruto enters the mecha and seals a contract for its power in exchange for his humanity. With the aid of LFN, enzymatic Dorsian agent and gifted strategies, Haruto and the Valbrave initiate a revolution to liberate the world. On number 7, we have Strike the Blood with the score of 7.17 and the studio is Silver Link. Kozo Akatsuki, days an ordinary high school student in the demon district of Itogami Island, come to an abrupt end after a fateful encounter leaves him with the remarkable abilities of a vampire. It is not long before he is thrust into the center of attention when it is discovered that he is the fourth primogenitor, an immensely powerful vampire who most considered to be merely a legend. Fearing Kozo's destructive potential, the Lion King organization sent in an apprentice sword shaman, Yukina Himeragi, to monitor, and should he become a threat, then kill the boy, deemed the world's most powerful vampire. Forced together by circumstances, the two form an unlikely alliance as Kozo comes to terms with his abilities, and they both struggle to protect the city from various emerging chaotic forces. On number 8, we have Fate Apocrypha with the score of 7.16 and the studio is A1 Picture. The Holy Grail is a powerful, ancient relic capable of granting any wish the beholder desire. In order to obtain this power, various magi, known as Master, summons legendary heroic spirit called Servant to fight for them in a destructive battle royal, the Holy Grail War. Only the last Master-Servant pair standing may claim the Grail for themselves, yet the third war ended inconceivably as the Grail mysteriously disappeared following the conflict. Many years later, the Magi clan Yagdmalinia announces its possession of the Holy Grail and intend to leave the Mage Association. In response, the association sent 50 elite Magi to retrieve the glaive. All but one are killed by an unknown servant. The lone survivor is used as a messenger to convey Yagdmalinia declaration of war on the association. As there are only two parties involved in the conflict, the Holy Grail War takes on an unusual form. Yagdmalinia and the Mage Association will each deploy 7 Master-Servant pairs, and the side that loses all its combatants first will fortify the artifact. As the 14 Masters summon their servant and assemble on the battlefield, the magical world severs in anticipation with the rise of a great Holy Grail War. On number 9, we have Arifureta with a score of 6.50 and the studio is S Red White Fox. The ordinary life of 17-year-old otaku Hajime Nagume is disrupted when he and his classmate are summoned to a fantasy world and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is battleated for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. He survives the fall. Hajime is faced with menacing monster and misfortune that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to leave and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yue, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yue and few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest. On number 10, we have Shironoko Project Zero Chronicles with a score of 5.33 and the studio is Project number 9. The world is divided into two kingdoms, the Kingdom of White, which floats into the heaven and is ruled by their queen Iris, and the Kingdom of Black, which stands upon desolate land below and houses the King of Darkness as its ruler. As of late, forces of evil have amassed great power, possessing a threat to the entire world. Being the main representative of the light, it is Ares' duty to maintain the balance of the world and fight off the darkness in her kingdom. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Black, rampaging monster annihilate a certain boy village, leaving him the sole survivor. As he grieves in hopelessness, an armored man named Skir notices the child and comforts him. Soon after, Skir recognizes the boy's potential to change the kingdom status quo and make him his heir before passing away. The boy then vows to become the Prince of Darkness, the one who will replace the king to bring the world back to its rightful path. As Iris and Prince of Darkness each challenge the impending doom the world faces in their own respective ways, their destinies will converge each other and perhaps their bond will fade the world. I hope friends all of you enjoy this video, and if you really enjoy this video then please show love by likes and comment. And if you are new on this channel, be sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon. It supports me and motivates me to keep uploading new videos. Thank you so much friends. See you in the next video.